of us entrepreneurs lean into all of the strategy, which actually kind of sets you into this path of leaning into the strategy and then making decisions based on what you think you should be doing and not truly making decisions based on what's going to work for you in your marketing through human design. So I saw that gap. And today I work mostly with female entrepreneurs. I help them get crystal clear on who they are so that they can take aligned action and make confident decisions in creating more purpose and profit in their business through their human design. So again, what are we chatting about today? If you guys are just joining me live, #live or #replay, we are talking about what is your human design type and why is it key in your business? Why is it important in your business? Maybe you've heard about human design. Maybe you know your type, but you're not necessarily sure how to apply that. If you're just hopping on, I just talked through a scenario with a specific individual, a specific client that I worked with, and how her situation, kind of the gist of how she was able to have a little bit more of a transformation and got some clarity on what her next action steps were as she started to apply her human design to her scenario, which was, help, I've hit this point in my business where I need to scale. I need to, do I need to hire? Do I need more systems? Do I need another coach? Do I need this? Do I need that? Which way should I go? I am stuck. I want to grow, but I don't want it to cost me my sanity in the process. So what did we talk about with this person? So this person, service provider based business. So if you are a service provider, drop me a 1 in the comments. I know that business niche, that business model quite well from my own experience. So service provider, content creation, copywriting niche had grown to the point of she needed to scale. Also wanted to take into consideration the family at home, kids in school, kids at home, running her business, running her life, just wanted to scale without it costing her time at home, her sanity, her presence to be with her kids, and to like actually live a little bit more of that freedom focused like life that we all want. So what did we talk about? So we walked through a few different things that I asked her. So 3 things I want you to kind of work through and ask yourself is, number 1, we look at your chart. So if you don't have your chart, or you know what your human design type is, if you want to grab a copy of your free chart, you can go to mybodygraph.com. You can grab it and you can figure out, number 1, what is your human design type? So that is like the first question that we talk about when we sit down and we look at your chart to apply it to whatever like situation, problem that you're dealing with and trying to get a solution around or some clarity around in your business. And for her, looking at your chart, your human design type is important because that is like the first layer and level in understanding your human design. Beyond that, it's not just like, okay, I'm a generator, I'm a manifesting generator, I'm a projector, I'm a reflector, I'm a manifester. It's not like getting the label of what your type is and saying, okay, because I'm a manifesting generator, this is the synopsis of everything about me. And that is not true. One manifesting generator is not the same as another manifesting generator. We're all different. Your human design type is just that starting point, that entry point to help you figure out so this is why it's important to help you figure out how you are actually designed to approach some of the different things in your business. So maybe the way you structure your business, how you manage your energy around the offers that you create, the work days, the projects that you take on, and that can help kind of guide some of those decisions that we make in our business. So number 1 is, what is your human design type? It is important because just because you know what your type is, understand that it's kind of like knowing the deeper layers of what your human design is. It's actually a fingerprint. So your human design and the type is the starting point, but this is actually your unique fingerprint and how you're designed to do everything in your business and in your life. So like I said, one manifesting generator is not the same as another manifesting generator. One generator and another generator, 2 completely different charts, 2 completely different designs, 2 unique fingerprints in how you are designed to structure your business and then manage your energy around running your business. So that's the first question. So it's kind of like for example, I guess if you're completely brand new to this, it's because every type is unique, but it's also, like I said, like that unique fingerprint and how you are actually designed to kind of like show up in your business and run your business. The second thing I asked her and we looked at is so knowing your type, what is your strategy? Every human design type has an associated strategy that comes with that. So what is your strategy? If you're a manifesting generator, if you're a projector, if you're a generator, what is your strategy? This is important to kind of look at within your chart, because this is going to help you understand how you're designed to approach different situations, interact with different people in your business, in your marketing, in your hiring, in your delegating, in the tasks that you keep for yourself and the tasks that you hand off to other people. So understanding your strategy at this next level is going to help you understand how you're designed to actually interact with the people around you in your business and out of your business. So it's kind of that next layer, and that's kind of like that deeper level. And that is why that's important, because that's going to shed a little bit of light on your particular situation. For her, it just helped her figure out, okay, so with her specific situation, she could better see how she was best equipped to take that next step. So maybe not a giant leap to that next scaling step. And if she wanted to look at hiring, it's like, okay, so that's something we can look at, but what else can happen in between now and then? And so that's kind of that strategy piece. So I like to say, like, for example, like, it's kind of like if you are in a certain situation in your business. So if it's creating an offer, if you're looking at launching a certain way, if you're looking at like your daily marketing activities, if you're looking at your content and your social media and your branding, all of these things, for her, it's that business growth. If you're looking at whatever your situation is, it's kind of like looking at like you're stepping into your role in that situation. So if you're like, let's say my daughter right now is in a rehearsals for a play, so that's why this comes to mind. But like, let's say you're in a play and you're in a certain role, you understand what role you have within that bigger cast that you're playing, and how you're designed to, within that specific situation, show up and interact in your lines and everything, and how you're best suited to step into that role. Okay. So that's kind of what that strategy piece tells you. And like the play would just be synonymous to like different situations. And then your strategy will help guide you as to how you're designed to then approach that specific situation. And the third thing we talked about was, okay, so with the different decisions you're going to make, what feelings are coming up. So when you start to ask yourself what feelings are coming up, what this helps you with is, and that's why it's important, is you start to figure out and have some awareness of when things are kind of getting off the tracks a little bit and not feeling good to you, versus feeling like you're in the flow, like you're in alignment, like things feel good to you. So the reason this is really important is because when you're looking at, and I don't know if it's just me, because I have been in her shoes where I had built my marketing company to that agency level, ready to hire. And I got all of the advice coming in from everybody, well-meaning advice, but it was, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you need to do that, you need to do this and this and this. And it's almost like all of this input can get a little overwhelming. And most of us will just take like, okay, well, that sounds good, I'm just going to go run with this and see what happens. And we totally disregard what's going on in here and what feels good to us and what's going to actually work for us. So when you understand your human design type and how you're best designed to structure your business and your strategy and how you're best to show up and interact and like to show up and handle certain situations within your business. And now you're getting into that layer where, how does this work for me? How does this feel for me? Each one of us is designed to have certain feelings or emotions or things that come up depending on your human design type that will help guide us towards alignment and will help tell us when we're getting out of alignment. So when you start to tune into that, the reason that's important is because you're starting to put things through your filter, not just what the coach over there said or the guru over there told you should do, follow these exact next steps. And this is the only way to see success. And I call BS on that, because if you're only following external, if you're seeking all of that external advice and validation for your next step and growth in your business, that's where we end up in situations where of like, I didn't want this. Like, why am I so burned out? What's wrong? And so when you tune into yourself first, that's going to help you take those next steps confidently knowing this feels right to me. And so with her situation with scaling and growing her business and looking at hiring a team or refining systems or like just where do you get started? What are your next best steps? Raising price, like all of that. With her, it's looking at the different options for that situation and putting them through her filter. How does it feel to actually think at some point you're going to be able to take in more clients and delegate the work so that your business is continuing to grow, but you're not necessarily trading your time for money anymore? How does that feel to you? How does it feel to you to also look at like price, like increasing your prices? How does it look to refine your systems? Are you going to do them all at once? Are you going to pick one over the other? So actually getting into that, like taking and getting clarity so you know what your next aligned action steps are going to be. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're making those decisions that feel good to you, that are in alignment with you, and that work for you, based on your human design, based on how you're best designed to structure your business, how you're best designed to approach different situations and interactions with others, clients, offers, like containers, everything you've got going on in your business. And then having that understanding of how it feels when you're in alignment versus when you're drifting out of alignment is going to help keep you on that path to growing that business that helps you have more of that feeling and that sense of clarity in where you're going. You create more purpose in the work that you're doing and ultimately more profit in a way that feels good to you. So that is the end goal of kind of all of us in business. So I don't know about you. If this resonated with you, drop me a 2 in the comments below, drop me an emoji. If you feel this, if you feel that feeling of like, I am stuck, I don't know what my next steps are. So if this resonated with you, I'm going to put a link in the comments below. I've got a free gift for you guys. We can continue the conversation if you are looking at diving a little bit more deeply into your human design, uncovering a little bit more about how you're designed to structure your business, how you're designed to approach some of these decisions. If you're feeling stuck in a situation in your business, whether it's an offer, you're looking at launching, branding, content creation, your social media, like your daily marketing activities, all of those things, growth, scaling systems, it all can be incorporated through the lens of your human design. So if you're looking at getting started, click the link in the comments with this video. You can grab that free gift, and then at any time you can hit reply to that email or to any email that I send you, because you are in my community and I will respond to your questions. So you can ask me what you want, whatever your question is about your human design and your business, and I will respond to you. So that is something that you can get. Plus the free guide will help you get started in pulling your chart and getting some of the basics of your human design chart. So grab that right now while it's free and join my community. You can ask me questions and learn a little bit more about your human design so you can create more purpose and profit in your business in a way that works for you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and I will be back next week with more tips on how to use your human design in your business, looking at your business in HD. All right. Bye, everyone.